You can tell from the thumbnail what I'm going to be reviewing today, so I'm not going to waste any time. This is Serge Noire from Serge Lutens, released in 2008 and of course composed by Christopher Sheldrake. Let's get into what I smell with this fragrance. Predominantly, okay, there's no getting around the fact that this on my skin is dominated by clove spice, and probably what I pick up along with the clove is some pepper. Now, this kind of pretty much stays the same for a long time during the development of this scent. The thing about this clove, though, and I've come to figure out that this is a facet of clove spice itself, the scent profile. I, off my skin, pick up a lot of the fruity facets of clove, and I'll tell you an interesting story after I've described the fragrance. This fruitiness, I think. The best way I can describe it is that it approximates something like peach. To me, it's quite lactonic in that it has a creamy fruitiness about it, and I think it's all coming from the clove itself. So there is a warmth about it. There is certainly a sweetness about this spice that is coming from the fruity facets of the clove itself. The pep, there is pepperiness as well, and that kind of is like a counterweight to the clove. It provides a little bit of bite, a little bit of sharpness, and a little bit of dryness as well. So pepper, being to me quite a cool spice, counteracts the warmth and sweet fruitiness of the clove. So you've got that, and it's quite prominent. Then what happens as it develops, on my skin at least, I've still got the dry down from hours ago here. On my skin at least, I get what I believe is probably something like cumin. And I say that because I certainly get this skin scent, this hot skin with that touch of sweat bubbling to the surface of it. It's a very intimate skin scent in that in no way is it offensive or foul or pungent. It is like a very damp, warm skin that I get underneath it. What I don't get in this scent is really too much smokiness, and I've got to apologize for this dog next door. It's just yapping away and it's so annoying. But I don't get any smokiness. I don't get much incense off my skin with Serge Noire. I think this is one of yes, it is probably, if anyone asks you to recommend a spice scent, this one would certainly come to mind. Definitely something that represents the spice of clove. Yes, it would be Serge Noire, but it is kind of more than that to me. This is one of the most unique fragrances I have in my wardrobe. And just as a point of interest as well, I for a long time assumed Serge Noire was named after Serge Lutens himself. But serge is actually the name of a fabric, a twill fabric, which is used in a lot of army type uniforms, that actually inspired this fragrance, and it just happened to be the same name as Serge himself. So I don't really get the connection with how this smells and the fabric itself, but Noire, yes, it is kind of a dark, spicy fragrance. I get that, but there is nothing there is nothing. This to me is actually kind of a playful fragrance. I know it seems weird, and a lot of people are going to disagree with this description of this fragrance, but I think this warm fruitiness really does that for me. The first time I ever smelled this, now here is the value of blind sampling. If I had heard of Serge Noire before, and reading other reviews and other people's description of this, and even just looking at the note pyramid, this is not something that I was going to go near anytime soon. I was intrigued by it because it seemed to be very, very polarizing. But I was sent a sample of this, unidentified, just had a number, and I smelled it. And in my initial impressions of it, all I could smell was that fruitiness. And I even compared it to something like juicy fruit gum. That was that kind of fruitiness to me. And initially, it just did not even occur to me that it was clove I was smelling. And you know, once I saw that clove was in this, it like I could smell it immediately. You know, I recognized it immediately. But it's so funny how your brain, you know, sort of tells you what you're smelling without the baggage of note pyramids, of names of fragrances, what brands they are. To me, I was getting this really lovely, pleasant, unique, fruity and spicy scent. And I would never have guessed in a million years that this was Serge Noire that I was smelling, because reading everything beforehand, I would have expected this dark, yes, spicy, but probably not dominated by clove. This dark, spicy, smoky fragrance that was a little bit unapproachable and not very mass appealing, if you like. Look, I think it probably still isn't mass appealing. I love its uniqueness. But I find this totally wearable, and I really, really am still smelling the dry down. Now, the dry down, it certainly calms everything down by the end. But this scent is just, to me, like a uniquely beautiful. It's not a superficial beauty, if you like. I can see it for what it is, and really appreciate what's gone into this perfume and the inspiration behind it. Now, this is no longer available in this style flacon. It is now in the much more expensive Gratte Ciel, which look like these. So they're more exclusive and more expensive. You know, I don't know about this policy of making previously more existing releases more expensive. Anyway, but that's Serge's prerogative. I'm happy I've got this bottle of Serge Noire Performance. It lasts easily 8 hours on my skin. Not a huge projector, I don't find anyway. I can certainly smell it without needing to bring my arm up to my nose. So it has a nice little cloud surrounding you. But I think this is a very personal scent. And what I wanted to say earlier also is that I believe that this is the type of scent that could smell completely different, like a lot of perfumes, but this one in particular, I believe, would smell very different on different skin. I could spray this on someone else and I'd get something else entirely. So I think it's a little bit of a shapeshifter depending on whose skin it's laying upon. That's my review of Serge Noire. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.